our leaders are human, and humans are culpable and hackable, and it's easier to invade a country or take over a country by just control the leader, you control the country. So there's clearly a pressure there. There's obviously people who would love to do that and probably would try, and have probably succeeded a few times, meaning that our understanding of democracy as like the president represents the people, it's like totally wrong. That in fact, it's potentially someone being controlled by people you'll never meet or maybe never even knew existed. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's creepy. That can't be true.
Well, it's got to be true. Because if it was, well, they would never, if you had an enormous organization that controls everything, you control everything in the country, would you really let a new person just run it every 4 years in whatever way they like?
Right.
Wouldn't you, if you're there forever, you're there forever. You're not there for 4 years.
Yeah.
You're running the various agencies, and like, wouldn't you make sure over time that you secured enough control that the president really is just sort of a figurehead?
Joe, I am a doctor, and I'm sorry, but it seems like you're...
Is this some misinformation?
Yeah.
Malinformation?
Malinformation's put the thing up. Say this was fact-checked and is wrong. Because to me, it feels like, you're like implying that the president of the United States, past presidents, were controlled by secret groups or, I don't know, corporations or something.
That sounds crazy.
Well, it's preposterous. It's
we have a democracy. That's not even possible.
Nobody on this planet would ever want to control the United States without having to invade it. Nobody would ever want to do that or try to do that or succeed in doing that. God damn, man.
You definitely couldn't do it with money.
No. Presidents don't like money.
No, they generally shy away from it.
Most of them are dead broke, even when they're in there in the White House. Like, like they're like dead fucking broke.
That's why Bill Clinton ate McDonald's.
Every day. People had to loan him money and shit, dude. He would get his car booted and couldn't afford to get the boot off. Yeah, this is why all of our American politicians are like...
They're paupers when they get out.
Middle income.
Isn't it wild how much they actually make? I mean, it's an insane amount of money. When you look at how much money they get after they get out of the White House.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Like, wow.
How'd you make that much money? You just got back into business?
Yeah.
You weren't in business at all, and
jump back into that housekeeping business.
Now you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. That's kind of crazy.
Just some, actually, I have a blind investor. I have what do they call it, where they don't know the investments being made. Like, I just happen to have like a really good business dude who like invested the $10,000 I saved up before I became president, and it turned into millions.
The most transparent one is speaking fees, because speaking fees are a way that you can give people money. You can just give them money, and they perform a thing. They talk, and it can be the most uninspired, nonsensical horseshit talk. It doesn't matter. They're going to get $500,000.
That's right. Right.
That's just a normal amount of money that you get, and then you go here and you make it over there, and you go here and you make it over, and you collect from everybody. So you have some sort of financial arrangement, but that financial arrangement is about speaking fees.
See, this is what I'm talking about, man. This is the liminal or subliminal part of the human experience. What you're talking about right now is upsetting to people. But also, a lot of people will say, don't even talk, you're not even supposed to say that. Like, and even though it's true, like, even though it's in plain sight, trackable, traceable, precedent for it in the past, not even that, like, astounding. You are supposed to like rest in this strange dream world where human beings experiencing some of the most power you can have in the world don't go a little or totally or completely insane, or don't get hijacked, or don't get like, we're supposed to pretend that doesn't happen.
Right.
When you look at the president, look, like, does Biden seem like he'd be hard to trick?
Would you even have to trick him though?
Maybe.
I mean, I think it's so hard to know what goes on behind those closed doors when they're making decisions.
Don't want to know.
See, they sent an extra how many $1 billion they accidentally sent to Ukraine? 6.2 billion. It was an accident. They accidentally
sent it?
Yeah, 6.2 more than they were supposed to.
Wow.
But then they just sent some more.
That must have been a rough phone call to ask for
Accounting
it
error
back.
provides an extra 6.2 billion for Ukraine military aid. Whoops. Sorry.
Hey, what's up? It's Duncan. Look, I kind of fucked up. I was on a little bit of ketamine when I was doing that. The transaction. So can you send back the $62 billion?
6.2.
$6.2 billion I actually sent to you? Can you just send it back? Because you'd think, if it's a clerical error, right? Then they're going to be like, oh, shit, I didn't notice the $6.2 billion going into my account. That's how rich I am. I'll send back. There's so much money. Because, at some point, it's just, I don't even know what it is. Just billions, lots of billions. Yeah, it's pretty weird.
The Pentagon said Tuesday that it overestimated the value of the weapons it sent to Ukraine by $6.2 billion over the past 2 years, about double early estimates, resulting in a surplus that will be used for future security packages. Oh, don't worry about it. Just use it for future security packages.
It's a security package.
Yeah, it's a surplus.
What do we know, man?
Security packages.
We don't know shit. And
That's just saying we're going to keep sending money
it's a
forever and ever and
It's
ever.
a security package.
It'll just go back into the pot of money that we have allocated.
That's a big fucking
for the
pot.
future Pentagon stock drawdowns. Look at that. Future Pentagon stock drawdowns. Ew. Why does that sound like they're playing a game? You know what I'm saying? That's sounds like a game.
Carlin's got the ultimate bit on it, man. Like the evolution of war language, it used to be called shell shocked, but then they changed it.
Yeah.
The whatever that language is inevitably confusing.
It's confusing, and it's also it has this air of authority to it, like the judge wearing the robe.
Yeah. Hypnotic.
Yeah, by talking about it that way. Stock drawdowns and Pentagon allocated
I don't know if
money.
this is the same money, but in May they found $3 billion more back then. So I don't know if that's 10